is these little guys are 2 weeks old. It's their 2-week-old birthday. This is Maher's litter, the first litter born. And they all turned 2 weeks old today, so we decided to do a video today showing how much they've grown and progressed. And look at that. Look how they fill my hand, just one little mink at 2 weeks old. Some people have asked, what's their growth rate? Man, it looks like they tripled from the last time I saw them. That's what they said on the video when they're 1 week old. Yeah, that's actually right on the money. So a baby mink should, obviously the numbers aren't exact, but they should triple their weight the first week, double their weight from during their second week, and then 1.5 times their weight again on the third week. So when you guys see them next week, a week from now, they should be approximately 1.5 times bigger than they are now. You want to play with the goat?
I need that.
Do you want to play with the goat?
Oh, gook.
Yeah.
Gook.
Yeah. Yay, be gentle, sweetheart. Don't hold it upside down. He doesn't like to be upside down. Oops. Okay, put your both hands out. Oh,
She's trying to comfort it like you do.
you trying to comfort it? See, I put your face by its face. There you go. Oh, good job. Oh, yeah, good job, Olive. Oh, good job. See? Isn't that cool how little kids mimic you and learn from you? Huh, that's a good job. You made it not scared. Good job, Olive. Good job. Oh, he's crying. Tell me. Yeah. Oh, he's crying. Oh, there you go. Good job. Oh, good job, Olive. Yeah, good job. Yeah, sure, good. Because she understands the concept. Oh, yeah, good job, Olive. Good job. Oh, good job, Olive. Good job. Oh, good job. Oh, there you go. Good job. Yeah. So, I took an old shirt and had Maggie make me this little pouch in it. So, in years past, I never had a need for one because I only had one mink at a time. But when you're trying to carry and keep track of, over half a dozen baby mink at the same time, it gets pretty easy to accidentally drop one and maybe not even notice. And so I used to just put them up in sleeves and sweatshirts or in little sweatshirt pockets. But it's too easy to accidentally drop or maybe even lose one and not notice because you have so many others. So we made this little pocket that I can pack them around with. So we made this little mesh material pocket so that they get plenty of air. If you see, it's got plenty of air. They're not going to accidentally smother. They're not going to get too hot. But also, it helps them stay warm because that is right against my body without much insulation, so they can feel the heat of my body. So what my routine has been is when I go out to feed the mink, I let the mama mink out, as you've seen my bigger enclosures, or even run around the yard if I have the time to keep an eye on them. That way the mom's getting out, getting exercise, physically and mentally getting stimulated. And then I just pack the babies around here in my pouch, and they get to be close to me and be accustomed to being handled and used to my smell. It's kind of an ugly get-up, but it works great. But yeah, so the last week we've just been spending a lot of time with these little guys. Many hours a day holding them. And the mama gets stressed if we leave them away from the babies for more than just a few hours. So the mom will get out, once or twice a day for 2, maybe 3 hours. But if we do much longer than that, the mom starts stressing and pacing and trying to get back to her babies. So what we'll do then, after she's had a good run and wants to get back to the babies, is I'll take half the litter and I'll leave her with half the litter. That way she feels content that she's got her babies, and we get a chance to continue to socialize with them after the mom is ready to have them back. And another thing that's interesting that I found is if I only leave her with like 1 or 2 babies, she stresses out. She knows there's one's missing. But if I give her at least half the litter, and in the case of Maher, that's, you know, 4 or 5 babies. If I leave her with half the litter, then she seems content and doesn't look for the other ones. Hope you guys are enjoying watching their progress. I'm going to keep you guys updated, and appreciate your support. I'm also going to be opening a Patreon link. You'll see that in the description below. So I hate asking for donations. I think it's hokey and not something I'm that comfortable with. But I've had enough people on here asking, hey, do you have a Patreon account? I'd love to donate. Hey, do you have a Patreon account? I'd love to donate. And so finally, I've given in. People have been bugging me enough. I've opened up a Patreon account. If you'd like to donate, I'd more than appreciate it. It will help me towards my goal to going full-time and doing just Mink stuff full-time. That's what I would love to do, is have my passion be my day job. So if you want to help make that possible, I appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine. I'm grateful that you're watching my channel, and appreciate you guys. And stay tuned, and I'll show you lots more interesting Mink stuff.